Hi, good morning everyone. Once again, welcome back to my channel. This is Prof Ron. If you haven't just subscribed to my channel yet, just try to subscribe and hit that notification button over there, just for you to be able to be notified for some new videos that I'm going to create also in the future. I'm actually normally sharing some business insights over here, some business tips, or some business discussions that I am sharing with. It's like the videos or sharings that I have is based on those experiences that I have also as a customer and also as an entrepreneur at the same time. The sharing that I have, hopefully that will give you some information that you may able to use. For today, I'm going to share about something about pricing or pricing approach, or how do different businesses really like play around with the price. Um, how do they really make use of price in order for them to be able to capture the market? So the different strategies that they're doing. Yeah. So that's what we are going to share today. Okay. So allow me to share now. I have here my screen. I'm going to share some informations that I have or I got for this past few weeks that I was trying to find a way to really explain or show what can really do when it comes to pricing. Now, how do really those different companies using or considering different segments when they try to price the product? As I keep on saying, companies normally when you price the product, your main consideration is your customer. Are they able to buy it? Now, if they wanted to buy it, do they have money to buy it? Are they have the capacity to buy it? Because, like, say for example, a lot of people really love to have maybe iPhone or maybe love to have a Nike shoes, but not all of customers can afford to buy. But of course, we want it, but we cannot afford to buy. So what do company we needs to do? A lot of companies trying to consider the market. If they have like a high value product, a value based type of product, a value based price type of product, or those products that are usually priced high, and if they wanted to serve a market that really looking for a much affordable one, so it's like they are thinking of something different, like offering a different variant, a different like variety, or like a lower um, product version, a lower version of your product. Okay, it's what the famous guru mentioned, Philip Keller. So why not create a lower version of your product instead of like lowering your price that may damage your image, that may destroy the image, especially during this hard time, especially during this pandemic. So if you really wanted to, or if you really can't afford to lower the price of your product, then that should somehow create a lower version of it, so that you would still able to capture a market, a particular segment, and then maintain your business. Okay. Now, in this pricing approach, this first thing that I'm going to share with you, if you try look at it, this is just a very like a regular or a simple example of what we call promotions, right? It's just a simple promotions if you try look into it. But but if we try to check, there is like some assignments over here. To look at it, it says SMAC membership exclusive. So this one is a good example of a so-called price matrix, like a membership. It's like a price matrix approach, a price matrix strategy is like you are trying to offer a discount for or a better price for members, 60 pesos. Now, the concept of discounting can be also attributed to so-called price fences, when you provide discount for a particular group of customers like students, senior citizens. But in this one, you are giving discounts to members or benefits to members. Okay, but the concept of membership, of course, being used in the price metrics approach or the price metric strategy. So if you try look into it, there is a specific market that is intended to capture, and those are the SMC members. And this is underpriced fences. Okay, now if you look at the next one, another thing earlier is like more on milk. This one is more on a personal, for adult use, and also to capture a particular segment. This is members giving a 20% benefits or the 20% 20 peso benefits. Again, it's under expenses. But of course, this one, all of this has a so-called base price. We have a base price for this one, and from the base price, we could create something, another strategy for pricing. With this with the shampoo over here, that you have, or conditioner that you have, it's like most of the time this is a competition based pricing that is being used, and then from the competition based price you can actually lower added another more, or some more other pricing strategy. Okay, because if you try to look into it. So especially the market, there is like a value-based product, those products that are usually priced high. Then there is a computation-based price that is being used, wherein you base your price based on the competition. And there is something that we call customer-based price, wherein you are trying to price your product based on the actual capability of the customer, because there are customers that no matter how they like those value based, those expensive one, but the only money they have is just only good for something. That's why Philip Cutler mentioned about you could actually offer a lower version of your product to capture this type of market, because they are existing. I mean, they are there. Okay, and then probably I'm part of it. I'm looking for a better price product. Okay, now another one here, if you try look and check another concept of pricing. If you look at this, the packaging, this one may cost like 56 pesos. And there may customers that wanted to use oyster sauce, but cannot afford to buy a 50 peso price. So what do this company did? They tried to create not just a smaller version, but a different packaging with a better price now. So if I am customer A and I'm capable of buying 56, then I might buy 56. So they have the market for 56. But maybe customer B, C, or D may not be able to buy a 56, but they can afford it this one. And since they still wanted to have oyster sauce, then we could probably have this. So the B, C, D, and E, for example, customer that cannot afford to buy the oyster sauce at this package, at this, amount 56. But this company still has the possibility of still getting the B, C, D, and E market. Why? Because they have a different packaging, and this one is better, is priced better. So this is like a lower version of your product, wherein customer now can afford to buy. So it's like during this pandemic, if you have the product over there, you're selling your product, and then the sales quite affected because a lot of people lose their job. Then maybe it's time for you to think, could I make a lower version of this, a version wherein my customers can afford to buy, so that you just not save the market, but at least you were able to still gain profit. It may not be that big. It may not be the same as the one the price, the one that is priced at 56. But of course, the cost of production may be with this um packaging may be lower than this. So who knows that if your markup here is just 30%, maybe also you could mark up of 30% over here. And the good thing is like those people who maybe buying this package before and stop buying it now because they can't afford it. So instead of them going to your competitor, it may still stay with you, but it's the lower version. Lower version is not. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have quality. It doesn't have benefits. No, it's not. It's not going to be like that. You know, the thinking of a value on a product is not just limited to if it is expensive, if it is good, or whatever. The value that we're mentioning here is that what makes the customer comfortable. I'm not comfortable with 56 because I don't have 56. I only have like 30 pesos. So it made me comfortable now buying this one. Usually, or especially if I'm really looking for this brand. So, because if this brand may not going to create this package, tendency is if I'm not comfortable of this one now because of the price, I may look for an alternative or a different brand. And you lose if that's the case. Now, looking at this, so if this one, the good thing with it is like it's not just being lower version, like it's packaged in a sachet. It's also being sold at bundle. You can buy actually like piece there, but usually it is in a bundle. So the good thing with this is like it still encourages more sales because customers would look at if I gonna buy one and compared to the bundle, I still may able to save more. So I should buy a bundle. Like this is another strategy, the so-called price offer configuration strategy. When you open bundle pricing under price configuration, price offer configuration, you try to configure the price. You try to mix something, you know, that the customers will really engage more in buying your product. Now look at it. This is another bundle here. This is a flour. If you're gonna buy two, then you save 20 pesos. But if you do not have enough money to buy this two, then you can still buy the single one. So for example, this costs like 50 pesos, and you only have 25 pesos in your pocket, or like you only have 30 pesos in your pocket, then the only thing that you can buy is just a piece of it. So there is a customer, a segment of the market that you know. So you're not bundling all your product, but you also try to still offer a regular one, a regular price. Now, looking at this, so these are bundled products. A lot it's being bundled right now. Now, the fruits are being bundled, canned goods are being bundled. This one. So the reason why I put here this one because this package, this particular Carne Norte or the CDO is only priced at 15. But there's a bigger price of this one. I think that's cost 36 pesos. Now, why they do this? I mean, there is market for 36, yes. But there are people who still love to eat caminote but cannot afford 36 pesos. And there's a bigger share, there's a big share of the market that is really willing to buy caminote, but because of price, you know, but at 15 pesos right now, and if you really wanted to eat like caminote, you have now a source of carne norte that's only 15 pesos per year. So you can just buy one, 15 pesos. But I want to save more, buy the bundle, 40. Like even price, like not six, like 58 pesos. So you save another 8 pesos. Plus the fact that you're able to eat carne norte. Just imagine at 15 pesos. You know. All right, there's another one here. Even this one, no, the San Marino, it's also being bundled. It's really good. I mean, it seems to be it's a normal scene in the market nowadays. It's a normal scene that you see those bundle prices because customers really into it. Like it's a promotional item, but it's just a regular strategy so that customers may look at it. Okay, I was able to save this. So if you think of that way, you know, so the pricing strategy works. The pricing strategy works in a bundle pricing. There's another one. If you try look into it, even this one. Yeah, this is pure foods. If you buy a regular pure foods, it's like 56 pesos. The Caminote made brand pure foods. But this one is made by Pure Foods Hormel as well, and it only costs you like 30 plus pesos. It's a bit cheaper, not bit, but it's more cheaper than the regular Pure Foods brand. Why they created this? Because there is market below your brand. There is market below the product offering that you have, and the market is not just uh, 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 not for the company to ignore, because there's a bigger share in the market that looking for a much lower price. You can just imagine if you have a product, a regular high price product, say Pure Foods, and you are only catering A and B, or mostly A for your brand or B for your brand, and there is like 100 of them, just an example, and you have another market, there's like 300 of them, and they are using a different brand. If you go down and create a lower version of it, but it's still Pure Foods, then they might consider it buying as well. So before, if you did not offer it, you have no chance of earning in this particular segment. But since you offer now a lower version, you are able to pay for the segment. So that's a good thing with it. Yeah. Another one here is like, you can see it's the bundle. This is also being bundled. Right. Even, this is being also bundled. If you look at it, 3 plus 1. A lot of bundle pricing being used. All right. Now, looking at it, this is an example of how value-based product and what's the competition-based product. Value-based price, competition-based price. Let's look at this. Pure Foods liver spread is priced at 27 pesos. I'm not able to see any other brand it's like as high as this. But if you look at here, Argentina is only priced 18 pesos. Reno, one of the most prepared brand, is only 17 pesos. And CDO is only also 18 pesos. If you try to look at it, this is mostly usually a value base because of the brand, Pure Foods. People is thinking about the benefits and a lot of things about Pure Foods. So it has a market in here. But sir, are they competitors? If you try look into it, yes, because they are all liver spread. But look at the price. Look at the price. Pure Foods is not competing with them because his market is different in these three markets. Argentina, the Reno, and the Sigo. Their market is different. Their segment is different. Pure Foods has a different segment. So if you look into it, Pure Foods segment is a market or a segment that is looking for the so-called or is a value-based type. They don't care about price. They care about the benefits. No, but if you look at this is the competition base. So there's a brand right now is competing with each other. Look at the price. Okay. Now, one thing that is really strikes me here, this is also CDO, the blue one, but it's only priced 17 pesos. So the picture is not clear now. It's just only 17 pesos. But here, if you try look at it, they're all they also have CDO. This is CDO as well, but he created 17. Where is it like a good move? And to me, so if you look into it, it's really not seems to be a good move for them. Okay, because if you just look into this, they are just like they are just like design. I mean, for a peso difference, but market nowadays is really looking for something. Even just a peso, even just a 50 cents, there's a lot of market customers right now that really wanted to save no matter how much it is. But they are competing. The bad thing with this move is this 17-1 may get better off in the market instead of this one, the red one. So it's like I'm not saying it's a wrong move, but that's how they look at the market. That's how they look at the competition. So they wanted to be fair with Reno, and they wanted to be fair with Argentina. But of course, not Pure Foods. You see, look at here. This is the value base and this competition base. Now, if there is a liver spread that will get out into the or maybe offered in the market, at price at 12 pesos, then that's a customer base then. Okay? Because there is still market that wanted to use liver spread but cannot afford still of 17 pesos. So if you will get into the market and operate at 12, maybe 14, you are now looking at the capacity of those market below. So you are looking at those customer base ones. Okay? So yung mga, uh, it's not like all of these are customers. These are all of this is like, yes, it is. But they have different behavior. Right? They have different considerations or reference. Okay? Now, another thing here is look at this. I'm showing you this brand, Diana. It's like 40 pesos. I mean, and not the brand, but Lily's is the brand, and Diana Sausage is the product. So actually, these are all sausages. I wasn't able to get the Philips brand, but this is actually like 20 pesos, 20 something. It's really customer base. But I was able to capture the other brand, which is Strip, at 33 pesos. So if you look at Libby's, actually, this is the one prepared by the market mostly at 40 pesos, and the other one that is offered at 33 pesos. So if you look at, are they really into competition? Are they competing Libby's brand, or is the Swift Vienna sausage competing with Philips brand? If you try look at it, because it's in the middle. Philips are like quite lower in terms of price. But of course, their market is for those people who wanted to eat Vienna sausage but cannot afford this high price. So, if you are stripped, you are lower than Libby's, but you are higher than Philips. So, what you should do then? Okay, if bulk of the market would say like, we are very particular with the price, we don't care about whatever brand, then you can probably get into that market, offer a much lower price. Okay, so it's like CDO Vienna sausage is 36 pesos. So if you look at the price is quite far, but is CDO competing with Vienna, or is it competing with Libby's? So in this scenario, it's like, all right, maybe they're competing to each other, but we just try to consider the markup pricing, maybe something like that. But if you try check, CDO and Libby's like not that far, like 36 and 40 pesos. Okay. So are these companies basing their price on the competition, or are they basing their price on the customer's capability? Or are they basing their price on the benefits that customer is talking? Okay. So that's how they really play around with price. That's how they really actually trying to, consider pricing. All right. Now, I was able to also notice, when I was in the market, I was able to notice also of this merchandising. If you try to notice it, here is like Argentina, which is priced 36, and we have pure foods over here like 56 pesos, something like that. Or, pardon, but I'm not like quite sure. But bonus here, yeah, just like not that good, but the price is obviously lower than this too. But look at the merchandise and try to, I really can't help but try to share this. But because it's not just, do using the price approach, but yes, it is. No, it's like, they try to put in there just to emphasize to the market that, hey, I am much cheaper than these two brands. And if you look at this brand, what is especially nowadays with a customer like cannot afford to buy a quite high prices. If you look at, okay, this is 36, this is okay, this is much better. This is our Camino or something like that. So again, price matters in this display. It's a good merchandising though. But customers now may base their decision by just looking at the prices, and it's really comparable. Yeah. So I'm just, like wanted to show that one. So this is the 15 pesos that I've showed. So if you look at here, this is like half of the size of this. So if this is like 36 pesos, this is like 34. The CDO that is as this size is like 34, but this one's like 15 pesos. So you really can afford to buy it. Okay, so it's like there is still a chance, and there is market below. There is market on a lower version of your product. Remember that. So it's like you can create good product, better product, and best product. So better could be for the customer base. Better product could be for the customer who is very sensitive with the price. For the good product, you can offer good product to a very sensitive price market, or maybe you can offer a good product to a competition based type of market when the customer is like comparing the brand. Then you can use better product there, or you could probably create a best one that will cater the customer who is really looking for a greater value, who is looking for more benefits. Where do you normally, what market do you want it to serve, or which market do you want it to serve? Okay. All right, so that would be all for today. I hope that I was able to give you some insights about how they play around with the price, how they normally try to consider the market, or how those companies that might have been mentioned or other companies trying to look at the segment and consider the behavior, their capacity, their capability of paying, what they are normally, what's the first thing that they consider. Hope that I was able to share it with you. And again, if you're having a product right now, if you're having a business right now, and you experience like hard time in terms of sales, a lot of customers are out just because of they can't afford to buy now because they may not have job, or they may just if they have jobs for now but they have other priorities. If you still wanted to serve them, if you still wanted to keep them, try offer a lower version of your product so that you can price it also better. Okay? If you're afraid to lower down the price, which is technically maybe a bad move because it may destroy or damage your image, since there is a different way that you can actually offer low price with those market that is only capable, or those market that is definitely price sensitive. Well, maybe if you go to other companies like maybe Starbucks, maybe okay, if you look at this coffee offering, or maybe other businesses, or even Jollibee, if you try looking to it, maybe McDonald's, we have this product offering that is intended really to customers that can only pay and also have the only this capability. Look at 7-Eleven, if I mention it. Look at those meals that they offer. If you try open it, it's just like I don't know how you describe it. But look at the price. Look at the price. It's just like 25, 30 pesos for 25 pesos for a meal. Look at the price. How much is the price for it right now? And the last time I know it's like 25 pesos. But look at it. But there is market because there is customer that can only buy at that amount. Think of it. Create a lower version of your product to protect the image of your leading product or brand in the market. That would be all. Thank you so much once again. I hope that you're able to subscribe and hit the notification bell for my next video. Thank you once again. Thank you so much. Have a great day and keep safe. Bye for now.